So I got this revelation from my Bible, and I want y'all to hear it. Listen to this, right? So it's Mark 8. This is my dog. So it's Mark chapter 8, move Ace, verse 20 through 2 through 26. It's when Jesus healed the blind man. And I've heard this story before. You know, it's the same story that, Pastor Mike Todd told that, people were upset with him about. But that's not the point of this. I'm talking about this because of what God showed me that I want to show y'all. And this is really, really important. So I pray you don't skip this video, because if it's on your feed, you're probably seeing this for a reason. So essentially, the part that most of us know is where Jesus spit on the ground and rubbed the dirt over the man's eyes. And then we know that he was healed. False. There were 2 steps to this man's healing and deliverance. And then he was given a commission. So there's 3 parts to it. And I want to reveal that to y'all. So the first part, hear me. It says, they came to Bethsaida, and some people brought a blind man and begged Jesus to touch him. He took the blind man by the hand and led him outside the village. So sometimes Jesus has to take us outside of where we're currently planted to heal us. Outside of your comfort zone, somewhere outside of what you know to be life, somewhere outside of your plans. He took the blind man by the hand and led him outside the village. When he had spit on the man's eyes and put his hands on him. That's the part that most people get, where deliverance is not always cute, it's not always pretty. Sometimes it's dirty, sometimes it's nasty, sometimes it's gut-wrenching, right? It says Jesus asked him afterwards, do you see anything? Well, he looked up and said, I see people. They look like trees walking around. And then the revelation that God gives me is, where does fruit come from? A tree. So the first thing that God does in healing his eyes physically is allowing him to see the spirituality of the world for what it is. Jesus said that you will know them by their fruit. You will know them by their fruit. So when the fruit is revealed, that's the first thing that you see in discernment, right? So now he's able to discern the fruits of men. And then it says, once more, this is part 2. Once more, Jesus put his hands on the man's eyes. Then his eyes were open, which means they couldn't have been open at first. Then his eyes were open, his sight was restored, and he saw everything clearly. Now he can see clear. The first thing he revealed to the man is the spirit realm, how real it is that not everybody is walking uprightly. And you have to be able to discern that. When you submit yourself to God and he takes you outside of your comfort zone, he takes you out of the place that once had you blinded. He takes you away from the people who once pushed you into sin, who did not see your worth, who could not understand the fruits of the spirit that God had placed on the inside of you, who could not understand the gift that's going to make room for you. But listen, because this is the most important part. Verse 26, Jesus sent him home, which means that where he was not his home. The village was not his home. Jesus sent him home saying, don't even go into the village. Let me tell you something. When God shows you what's real, when God allows you to see who they really are, don't hold a grudge, but believe it. And don't go back. Don't go back to the place that once had you blind. When God delivers you, believe what you see. Trust what you see, because you trust the God that showed you. To whom it may concern, I love you. God bless.